Holy cow, YouTube, it is already that time. It is Master Rule 5. April's already here. And although we don't have any big events coming up, I did want to give you all an updated ABC deck profile. I am going to try to post my ABC profile a little bit more religiously, but I'm going to try to focus a little bit more just on ABCs. I know a couple other deck profiles on my YouTube channel have been non-machine types, and I really just want to focus on ABCs. I'm kind of running out of the time and finances to really focus on other decks. So let's start off with the profile. Obviously, I go a little different route with my profiles, as you all know. 2A Assault Core, 2B Buster Drake, and 2C Crush Wyvern. So here's the deal that I'm trying to tell people with ABC Buster Dragon limited to 1. It's very unfortunate. But because it's limited to 1, we have to innovate the deck that is ABCs. And running 3 of each piece, even though there's not 1 Buster, you can try to recur that Buster Dragon. But a lot of times you're just not going to be able to do that. So instead of running ABC as like a full-blown deck, I'm not going to say it's an engine, because it is still an ABC deck in itself, but you're not as reliant on the ABC Dragon Buster that you would be in previous formats. So 6 pieces all together, and I told y'all this profile is going to be spicy, and it already comes out in the next card. 3 Red Resonator. 3 Red Resonator. I really like this card for the one fact that it has the same effect as your gadgets, the special summon level 4 lower monster from your hand. So a lot of times the gadgets obviously aren't 4 or lower, but you're going to get your pieces. But with Red Resonator, you can normal your Resonator and then special, A or any piece that you have. And you can immediately link those away instead of going into a platinum gadget, which you would do with your gadgets. You can actually use Red Resonator, since it's a tuner, to go ahead and link it away into Christian Needle Fiber. Use Needle Fiber's effect to special summon the Mecha Phantom Beast O-Lion. Use those 2 to go in Union Carrier. Because O-Lion was sent, it's going to get a token. Carrier targets the token, and then you can attach whatever piece you need if you don't have any in your hand. So it helps facilitate so many combos, and this is actually searchable in the deck, and you're going to see a spell card to help out with that later. And it's searchable, so that's why I really like Red Resonator a little better than the actual gadgets. Now, because there is a possibility that could get effect veilered or impermanence, I want to run some special summon monsters to kind of help with that. Danger Engine, Jackalope, Snick, and Nessie, one-ofs just because of the limited, because they're hit. 3 of the Danger Mothman, and then 3 of the Danger Chupacabra. I want to run level 4s just because the machine monsters are level 4s, and you can use those to go into your rank 4 plays if you want to. Or you can actually use these going first, since they're all dark. You can actually use them to go into Beat Cop, which we have a little combo where you're in with Beat Cop, with a Beat Cop, Anaconda, and a Winda. So there are ways that you can really work on this deck first or second, and that's why I really want to make the deck. Also, dangers are draw power. So it's just really beneficial to have that extra draw power in the deck. Other extenders that I play is just 1 Crusadia Maximus, just because it's level 4, and then 1 Jester Confident, just because it's a dark. I've really gone back and forth on these, debating if I want to make these Phantasmes, if I want to make these just something else in general. But I'll be honest, when you're kind of late in your combo and you draw this off a danger and you just plug it right on down, it really helps. So I'm not gonna lie, these have come in pretty clutch for me. So I'm still kind of out there about those, but I have really liked them so far. And obviously you have your two Union Carrier, or your 2 targets for Carrier and Union Carrier Needle Fiber. You have Mecha Phantom Beast O-Lion, and you have your Dragon Destruction Sword. So again, going first option, and then this is just bonkers because it can facilitate so many combos and some machines. So it's nutty. So that's all the monster cards we run in the deck. Going into spell cards, it is an ABC deck, obviously, so we are going to run 3 Union Carrier. 3 Union Carrier still pretty staple in the deck. It's Carrier. Now for our search card, we have 3 Resignator Call. This is another reason why I really like this card better than the gadgets, why I like Resignator better. It's because you have a full-blown search card for the Resignator to be able to facilitate those plays. And also, a lot of times, if you open with a Resignator in hand, you have one of these in hand, and so you have a Carrier, you can bait out any Ash Blossom you want with this, so that way it doesn't really affect your hanger. So I like it. It's working really, really well for me because Resignator is very susceptible to hand traps. Obviously, 3 Call by the Grave. Call by the Grave is pretty stable. 2 Pot Ode of Desires. Debate about running it 3, but tried it. Didn't really like it because a lot of times I was banishing like the O-Lion or the Destruction Sword. And then 1 ofs. Terraforming, obvious. Must Reborn, obvious. Instant Fusion is for the Predaplant Anaconda going first, or you can just use this as an extender going second. You really don't need Winda going second, so I mean you can just use it, or since Phantasme is in my side, like if you end up maining that, you could use that to shuffle it back if you wanted to. So either way, then interesting one that I did was Upstart Goblin, and I understand because it is a 43 card deck. The reason I ran Upstart Goblin is essentially when I'm siding, I needed 1 more card to side out, and I just couldn't decide what I wanted to side. So I just ran Upstart, so that way it's a +1 even if I draw it, and it's a card that I can side out going first if I would want to. So those are all the spell cards in the deck. Traps. Traps is pretty self-explanatory. Again, I need stuff to go first or second. So obviously we're going to run 3 Infinite Impermanence just because it's impermanence. Helps out with a lot of rogue stuff as well. And then 3 Evenly Matched. I wouldn't really replace these. A lot of people run this in the side. I like Evenly in the main just to help with back row and problem cards. Going into the extra deck, and again, I can explain some choices for you all when I get done. 1 ABC Dragon Buster, since it 1 F respects for that bad boy. My Winda is coming in the mail, so this would end up being my El Shadal Winda. I run 1 Desert Locust. I really was running a build that was kind of more synchro based because of the Mecha Phantom Beast O-Lion, but it just didn't work. So I put a Desert Locust in here just strictly for a needle fiber target, just in case. You don't really tune her into anything else, even though you can with Desert Locusts. I just like the effect, just being able to rip one out of your opponent's hand. If it's there during your turn, just link it away and go on with your plays. Link 1, Link Spider for the token. The only XZs that we run are Diagoose Emerald, just for the recursion of your ABC Dragon Buster. And then I run Abyss Dweller. This can be literally any rank 4, Baguska, whatever. Just whatever you want to use as a rank 4. Union Carrier, because it's ABCs and it's amazing. Anaconda. IP Masquerena. Needle Fiber. Beat Cop from the Underworld. And again, right, like the reason is because you want to use Beat Cop's effect with your Dark Monsters to use its patrol counter to place on the window. So that way at the end of your turn, when Instant Fusion tries to destroy it, it can pop it off and it'll be okay. And then during your turn, during their end phase, it will destroy Winda, but it should be fine because when it comes back, you should be able to OTK it. Phoenix for back row pops. Unicorn, just to shuffle away anything that's bad. Boral Sword, because you're going second. And then the last thing that I'm running is I'm running a Nightmare Griffin. This can be an Appaloosa. I just don't have the money right now to get an Appaloosa. But honestly, I'm really testing in the new Master Rule. Nightmare Griffin is a real sneak tech because a lot of times you can use Appaloosa and Dragon Buster's effects. Like you can discard to banish, effect to tag out, chain, IP Masquerade's effect. So that way, you're going to be able to get your pieces on board, link some with her, go into your Griffin, and basically you're going to have a skill drain. So pretty good. But overall, I really wouldn't change too much. The only kind of like random card I'm contemplating is my my 2 rank 4s. Kind of debating. I would like Diagusta Emerald just for the fact of recursion. This one, again, it can be whatever is meta relevant. So, yeah, that is the new and improved updated ABC deck profile. I do have a side deck ready for tournaments, but I'm not going to get into that because we don't know what the meta is going to be. But a lot of times you are going to run some sort of traps. But just right now on the side, I do have some of the other, as of right now, some of the well-known cards, like Nibiru, Phantasmates, Twisters. But again, that's going to depend on the meta. So this is the Machine King. I really appreciate y'all checking this new deck profile. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know your thoughts. What would you change? What do you like about it? Love to hear it. Hear your thoughts. Thank you.